Hello, 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 Daryl. Well, welcome to our classes, I guess weekly classes that we've been having here. Nice to meet you. I hadn't met you before. My name is Lorna Reyes. I'm with Title Resources. We are the title insurance underwriter that works with Assure America. I'm not sure if you work with Assure America, the title company. We help them and you guys obviously close your transactions. Whenever they say they need a title search or there's any issues with title, we're the ones that assist so that we can have your files closed on time and you have happy customers with clean title. So thank you for being here today. Hope everybody's staying safe. Today's topic is, oh, let me change the screen. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Creating a strong online presence, which is great. Being that we're in quarantine and gives us some extra time. I always like to do this class because I think it's good to revisit what you guys have online. Make sure that your customers are finding the most accurate information when they're searching for you. So let's get started. Hopefully today I won't have any incidents. I've already warned him twice.
Tell him he's home, let it go.
Well, he usually never comes. He works in the area sometimes, so when he does, he stops by, and that's what happened that day. He was like, "But I didn't see them." I'm like, "But they saw you."
We were looking too. Oh.
I know, how embarrassing. All right, guys, so let's get started. So do you have a strong off presence online, or do you have a better presence online that you do offline, or offline that you do online? So obviously people know you face to face, but what do they see when they see something about you online? Is it current? Do you have a current picture? Does it really show what kind of real estate you do? What your specialties are? Do you speak another language? These are important questions to ask because, as you know, most people will research you before they even get to know you or meet you in person. So let's go a little bit into that. I'm going to see if I can play this video. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll put the link on the notes, on the comments. So if you guys want to watch it later, you can. Let me switch screens. 1 minuto, por favor. You guys hear it?
We're hearing something.
Sorry, hold on, let me put it back because I don't think it was sharing it. Can you see it now?
It's coming now, yes.
Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. %50 of the world population is under 30. Do you guys remember we used to collect stamps? I do. If Facebook was a world or a country, it would be the biggest country, largest country. This was interesting. Goldfish has 8 seconds, human 7 attention span. One in 3 marriages start online and last longer.
Very.
The number one use hashtag is love. So that is the socialnomics that I wanted to share with you guys because your online presence, if it's something that you currently do not think is important, I hope this demonstrates that it is. Hold on, let me go back to the presentation. So why do you need your online presence? One of the things that we saw in that video is that 50% of the world's population is under 30. Those are those millennials. Oh, sorry again. Those are those millennials, and they will be researching you before they make contact with you. So you should be prepared. So in today's agenda, we're going to go over what people see when they search your name. We're going to talk about your website. We're going to talk about Google My Business. We're going to talk about other online directories. We're going to talk about online reviews and tips and tricks that I'm going to recommend to you guys. And I will do so throughout the whole presentation. So make sure you guys have notes, paper, pen, your phone, whatever you need, because I like to throw a lot of things at you guys. And they might not all work for you. You have to pick whatever works best. Not all sizes, not everything fits all. So you just have to find what works for you. But definitely working on your online presence is going to make a different and huge impact in your business. Okay. So have any of you ever Googled your name? And if you have, what do you see?
It's brand new, buddy.
I'm sorry?
Well, you know what I see. I told you all once before that there's this lady in Chicago. She beats me out because she has the same name that I have, and she's in politics.
Oh, nice.
No, that's not nice.
Well, at least it's nothing like you killed somebody or something
Right,
like
right.
that.
I guess you're right.
You know? So that's a good thing. So yeah, so it is very important, and I would say that this is your homework for today. I would like for you guys to Google your name and see what appears, so we know what we have to work with. So let's get started. Leave it alone if this little thing. All right, so I went ahead and searched my name, and I was very surprised to find out that there's a lot of Filipino women that have the same name. No, I'm not from the Philippines, but I do get a little confused sometimes, and I have been told before that I do look like it, but I just thought it was interesting. So the person that competes the most with me is actually a doctor also, and I forgot where she's at, but these are some of the things that appear when I Googled my name. So I do have a real estate license, and I still have my profiles out there, but I do not practice real estate like you guys do. It helps me stay current, and that way I can share whatever information I find in real estate and share it with you guys, so I stay current with what you guys are dealing with every day. So as you can see, Facebook is one of the top places it's going to show up. Community coordinator, LinkedIn, I don't know who that is. I'm sure I'm in there, but I'm not a community coordinator. Sales associate for Lauderdale, realtor.com, top website. My state MLS, that is, I guess, from the Miami Realtor Board, that, as you know, your name goes out to many different websites because you're a realtor and you're part of the associations. Twitter, I have a Twitter account. And I try to keep all my names on most of the places that I sign up to the same. So you can do at Lorna Reyes with 3 S's, and more likely than not, I'll show up. So that's something that I recommend too if you guys are picking out a name for your social media or other information, that you try to keep it consistent all across. Some of them are really old, I can't change them, but for the most part, if I could change them, I try to change it to this. Okay. So one of the first things I want to recommend is brand yourself. And they have a video as well. If it pops up, I'll let it play. But brand yourself is a service. It's partially free. You can get the basic service for free, and you can set up your profile. You can add your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your website, all your other profiles, and it'll rate how your reputation is online. It'll give you recommendations of things that you need to remove, maybe update, change. If there's things there, let's say you worked for ABC real estate company before, you're now 123. You can kind of push down the old company information so the new company information will show up. And I think that's important because if you're now working with K1 Realty, you definitely want your customers to call K1 Realty looking for you and not your past company, because more than likely they're going to recommend another realtor and you lost a lead. So it's important for you guys to make sure that the information that is out there is current. And this is one of the services that I think is great for that. You can do the premium service. You do have to pay for that, or remember what the fees are. And the premium service, what it's going to do is going to tell you who searched your name. I don't really care, but it's up to you if you want to do that. Or you can do a la carte, like they can help you. They can have someone help you from their company to kind of set up your profile, but you can do it yourself. So you
Is
don't
it
have to pay for it.
Lorna, is this monthly or this is a one-time charge?
I'm sure they have both. They might have a monthly and they might have, if you pay annually, obviously you get a substantial discount. But I don't remember having looked at the fees in a long time. And I still kind of play around with it sometimes. It's a great way to kind of do some cleaning up. And it'll show, let me see if the video plays. Ooh, I think I got it stuck. Here we go.
How you look online directly impacts your career. Negative things online can completely ruin your career. And if you don't have a strong, positive online presence, you're missing opportunities. That's why we created brandyourself.com, the only technology that helps you protect, clean up, and improve how you look online. To start, simply type in your name and get an overall reputation score, which is the only score that accurately measures if your online presence is helping or hurting your career. First, our technology scans the entire web and identifies risk factors that could hurt your score and walks you through the process of suppressing unwanted negative Google results, deleting damaging social media posts, and even identifying inappropriate images. Our software also helps you build a personal brand that improves your score. You get a customized action plan tailored to your industry that shows you which personal websites or social media profiles you should have, how to optimize them so they show up high in search engines, and how to build engagement that enhances your brand. Watch your score improve over time and receive real-time alerts if anything damaging or important shows up. If you want more hands-on help, you can upgrade to our concierge services and work with a team of highly trained reputation specialists. In today's digital world, it is absolutely essential you clean up, protect, and improve how you look online. Get your free reputation score today at brandyourself.com.
So that is my recommendation to you guys, to work on your profile and your online presence, because it's going to help you navigate. It's going to show you how to push down the things that you don't want to see. And the goal is, one of the reasons why I search myself, the goal is that when you do Google your name, that your name appears on that first page. So they say the best place to hide a body is on the second or third page of the Google search, because nobody goes there. That was a joke, but okay. So anyway, so the goal is that by using the service, you can put that, push down all the stuff that does not relate to you. Maybe it's negative information, or maybe it's outdated information. So when people do search your name, maybe you have a unique name, so you have an advantage. Your name will pop up first, and that the information that they see is current. So let me go into, okay. So another homework for you, this is something that you guys can set up, and there's no charge also. If you have a Gmail account, you can go into google.com/alerts, and you can create an alert. So whenever your name pops up anywhere, it'll send you an alert. Hey, your name, Lorna Reyes appeared in a news article, or Facebook, like a comment, something. And that's important because you want to know what's out there, what people comment about. Somebody did a interview about a property in Sunrise that was like very controversial, and my name popped up somewhere there. So it was good to know that, okay, there's an article, somebody asked me about it, at least I know. So it's good to do that. You can also do alerts if you want to get other kind of news or information. If you want to get alerts about real estate news in a specific community, in a specific city, in Florida, I used to use that also to put content in Facebook. So like if there was any real estate news or market news that I wanted to share on Facebook, like I would get alerts every day of whatever information was coming out, and I would just select what topic I wanted to use. You can also do alerts for your competition if you want to know what they're posting, what they're sharing. You can create almost an alert for anything that you're interested in. So make sure that you guys go in there and set that up, because again, we want to know when people or anyone posts anything about you online so that you know how to handle it. Okay, moving along. So the first thing I want to talk about is the website. How many of you have a personal website for your business? And if you don't, that's okay. But just want to know, maybe you guys can put it on the comment box to see who has a website. No, yep, okay. Well, having a website is important, especially when we're not going to do it today, but when we do talk about marketing or getting leads, having a website is important. So I'm going to discuss why and different things that you guys can do to make it a better website, better experience for your customer. Okay, first we're going to talk about the website test. This is very important. The first thing I want you to do is everyone pull out your phones, and if you do have a website, you can search your website on Safari, Google, or whatnot. And this is what we want to find out: is your website mobile friendly? So does it pass or it fails? We're going to talk about that now. Here's the 5 website pitfalls that you guys should keep in mind whenever you decide to have it, have a website, or if you have it now, maybe it's time to tweak it a little bit. So things that you need to look out for: if it's not mobile optimized, is there color pollution? Is it all images, no content? Is it the critical information below the fold easy to access for customer? And is there an opt-out feature? Like if they need to contact you, do you have a section whether they can call you directly from the website or they can send you a message directly from the website? Those are things that that if you don't have, it just makes it, kind of like not helping you in the sense of having your customers reach out to you. So very important for you to have those features. So the first thing that I mentioned, checking to see if your website is mobile optimized. So this is a website that you guys can access as well. Search.google.com/s/mobile friendly. And you can check to make sure that the page is mobile friendly. And what it means by mobile friendly is, sometimes you go into some websites and then you have to kind of shrink it so you can read the tags, so you can fill in the boxes. That website that you have to shrink is not mobile optimized. But a website that you can navigate through with your cell phone or any other device, it is mobile optimized. So that's the difference with that. People get kind of frustrated when they have to shrink and move and this and that. So you want to make it easy for them to have access to your website. So color pollution. Your website should have no more than 3 main colors, no more than 2 different fonts, and no more than 2 main animations, like videos or slideshows or anything like that. You don't want to make it too busy for them. For me, for example, ADHD kicks in and I'm like all over the place. So you want to keep it very simple, plain, and very uniform, I guess, and keep the same colors. When I used to do marketing too, the people that used to handle my postcards and things like that, they kind of set like that 3 different colors on all my marketing materials. So everything looked the same. My business cards, my postcards, my notes, everything had the same color, same logo, same information. So that's something too that you should keep in mind. I think it should match with all of your other marketing stuff, so you can kind of keep it, you're a brand. You want to keep it the same way. So the third one is all images, no content. A visitor should be able to quickly confirm who you are and what you do within a few seconds of visiting your site without getting distracted by too many images and animations. This information is also very important for search engines ranking keywords. Like whenever you put content into your website, you can use keywords. So when people are searching realtor, South Florida real estate, South Florida market, these are words that you should be able to incorporate into your website that are going to help you get a better result when people are searching online for you for a realtor. So critical information below the fold, meaning your information should be listed on the top of your site before the visitors scroll down. They shouldn't have to go all the way to the bottom of the page to find out how to reach you. So your phone number, your office address, your email, your website. Well, you always said they're on the website already. And is your phone number or address clickable? Can they click it from their phone and be able to call you directly or get directions directly from there? So those are features too that come in very handy when you guys are creating a website. The no opt-in box, and we talk about this too when we talk about marketing. Your customers should have a way that they can opt out of the website if they want to reach out to you. They want you to contact them to get a market value report, or if they want to get in contact with you. There should be a way where they can, for more details or for more information, click here, so that they can go ahead and provide their information. And I like this comment: we have failed as marketers if we allow people to visit our site and leave without giving us his or her contact information. And give them a reason to, if they want a market report, like I said, evaluation of their home. If they want to know more information about first-time home buyers or how to navigate through the process of buying real estate, you can create any kind of questions that will spark an interest for them to click on that, a call to action. Why would they want to reach out to you? So it's always good to kind of throw those little things out there, maybe in the website, different pages. That way they have the option to contact directly. Here's some tips for your website. You should add your social media icons so people can follow you. You can optimize for voice search. 50% of all searches will be voice-based on 2020, by 2020. And localize content and optimize for local SEO. So how do you do this? The best way, I would say, if you have somebody that works on the website, they can help you with some of these things, and they'll explain how it works. I can't even begin to explain it to you, but I know that these features are stuff that you definitely want to consider when you are doing your website. Okay. How many of you use your Google search to find restaurants? Or to find nail place near me or something like that. Well, that's the same thing, and most of that is through Google My Business. And I know you're probably, why do I need to do that? I don't really have a business, but you do. You are a business, and why not use this like that? Hold on. I think we have someone. Okay, good. Okay. So Google My Business, you can still do a Google My Business profile for you. I would use your broker's office. I don't know that you want to use your home address, but this is a great way for you to have like an account as a business account. It'll also provide like directions, and it also provide where you can put your phone number where people can contact you directly from Google. Isn't that cool? Like, in the restaurants, like nowadays, like that's all I do, look for restaurants to eat because I'm not going out, but they deliver. So why not do the same for you and your business? So it's free also. And again, Gmail account, Gmail does a lot of great things, I think, for business owners, and it's really no cost. So what is Google My Business? It's online business directories like the Yellow Pages pretty much. And it's essentially something that you guys can use for your business now. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. The advantages of Google My Business is to increase your SEO and traffic to your website. People also can give you feedback or reviews. You appear in Google Search and Google Map when customers search for you or your industry. You can boost credibility with Google reviews, track search results and listing performance. They have analytics reports where you can see how many people are checking your site or your information. So that's important. I always feel like you do have to keep track and look at those things, because then you know either your marketing's working, something's working, and that way you can determine if that's something that you need to invest more in or spend more time doing. So we're in the business of getting our name out there. These are things that you want to do. How to create they call it a listing, but how to create your profile in Google My Business. Several ways. When you go into the Gmail menu, the little square boxes, you can go into my business, or you can do google.com/business so that you can go into the setup and create your profile. You're going to enter your business name. So your example, you can do something Lorna Reyes, realtor at K1 Realty, or however you want to set up your name. Then you're going to go into, you're going to add your office address. Again, I don't know if you want to put your home address, but definitely I would use my broker's address. And even if your broker already has a Google My Business account, it'll still show up your information as one of the realtors there. How cool is that? So now you're going to put your business category, you're a real estate agent. You're going to add your number and your website, because we want people to find you, obviously, contact you and look at your website. You want to verify your connection to the business, so you kind of have to verify the account. So you're going to provide your cell phone. It's going to send you a message, and you're going to verify that that's you. There's other features, but I would use that automatically. I wouldn't use the other stuff. So then you're going to go into the main page where you're going to provide all the other information. You can put the hours that you work or not. You can exclude that because, we work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can put your business description, put a short bio about yourself, your business, what you specialize in, why do you do real estate. I always think that's very important to kind of share a little bit why you do real estate. It's not just about the money. Sometimes obviously, I hope you enjoy it. And I think that's something that maybe you guys can share with people, why you do it. You're making an impact in people's lives. You're being a part of something, so important in somebody's life, things like that. You want to put your profile photo, which I hope everyone here has a professional profile picture. Remember, you're all little Coca-Cola brands, each one of you. So you got to brand yourself. You should have the same photo for all your marketing, for your websites, for your social media, so that you can brand yourself. If you don't have one, I will encourage you. Well, we'll see now with everything going on, but JCPenney did a great job at doing photos. You might want to consider something like that. You make an appointment, you go in, obviously brush your hair and clean up and make your appointment and go. But you should have your professional profile picture that you can use in all of your marketing. I see someone here has one. Looks very nice. Ms. Burke. So here you can enter all the information for your business, and people can see that there. And you can see the reports, your insight, your posts, if you want to post there, your reviews, your messages, if they want to message you through Google. So other online directories.
Lorna,
Yes.
Lorna, a question. So they can message you through Google?
I believe so. There's a messages thing there. I've never received one, but there's photos, there's messaging. They have the number there. So maybe I've never actually activated it, but I'm sure there's a way.
I think that's great. Okay.
Okay. So now that we set up Google and we know what our profile looks like online, then let's talk about other directories. Like I mentioned to you guys, when I did the search of my name, you saw realtor.com comes up, right? So because you're a Florida realtor and you are appointed to a board, you signed up with a board, your information gets fed to millions of websites, real estate related. So my first suggestion, this is your second, third homework now, that you guys go into these websites and you have to update each profile for those websites. Because all they do is they get your name, your phone number, your broker's office, and that's it. You don't have a picture, you don't have, description about you, you don't have anything of that. And I know it sounds like a pain in the butt, but I promise you, if you only do it once, you don't have to do it again. And your information is updated. So again, we did a little search. So where do consumers go? So I did a search for real estate agents in Deerfield Beach, Florida. You search in your local market, either Miramar, Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, wherever, and check out which websites pop up first. So which one do you see there? Realtor.com. So that is my first recommendation that you need to update today. You need to go in there, make sure that your name, your phone number, everything is accurate, and that you obviously, like I said, you should have a picture there. You guys are professionals. Remember your little Coca-Cola brands. Each one of you has a different flavor. I need you guys to demonstrate your different flavor. So The second website will be Yelp. And yes, Yelp is for realtors too. Just like we did Google My Business, you should have a profile on Yelp. And we're going to go through each one of these now. But I just want you to take a look at the top 3 that show up: Zillow, Yelp, and Realtor.com. So Zillow. So there's 2 different websites for Zillow. You have the customer who's searching for a property, and you have the one for real estate professionals. So you want to go, I think it's called, hold on, let me look at it. Oh, where's my real estate folder? It's Zillow Premier Agent. So you're going to set up your profile, your account. If you have never gone in there, you have to set up your profile and your information. And then you can, in this setup, I did mine years ago. So you have to put if you're an industry professional, whatnot, and what you are, blah, 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 blah. So you go in there, and again, you have to edit your profile, put in your picture, your name. It's going to ask you different questions. It's going to ask you your different profiles, what languages you speak, and also feeds, which I like from Zillow and Realtor. They feed all the properties or deals that you have closed in the past. So it does show a little bit of your history. In the past, I had issues too, because I would have other realtors claiming the properties that I had listed or I had sold. So I like to go in there to make sure that my inventory was current and up to date and accurate. So again, it's always good to see what's out there and what people are going to see when they search your name. Because if they Google your name, Zillow pops up, and this is what they get. If I'm a seller and this is what I find on your profile, why would I want you to list my property if you can even market yourself? So definitely something that you guys want to do when we're finished with this class. Like I said, Realtor.com, that would be my first go-to place. And the same thing, they have 2 different accounts. They have the one for properties, and then you have the one for real estate professionals. Make sure you set up the one for real estate professionals. You're going to go in there and create your profile. Everybody knows Joshua Altman from the show, so figured that would be interesting. The profile similar to social media profile now, and it syndicates social links to Realtor.com profile. So you can link your Facebook and your Realtor.com now. When Zillow came in the picture, Realtor.com had to step up their game. They got very comfortable, being that their information really, it populates from our MLS. Zillow just gets information. It's not always accurate because it's a lead generating website. But Realtor.com, it is linked to us in a way, and they have the most accurate information when it comes to real estate and sales and all of that. So they really, really, really had to step it up when Zillow and Trulia came out, because they were so behind, and they just didn't have that flow, I guess, that Zillow had. It was very aggressive when they came out in the market. So a lot of their features like that, now they link with your social media and things like that. They've had to get creative to make it more appealing, not just for you, but also for the consumer. So as you can see in this case, it's going to show if you actually have a realtor designation, which I always like to point out. Just because you have a real estate license does not necessarily mean realtors are designated realtors. They stand by a different code of ethics, a more strict code of ethics, and that's something that you need to know in case your client doesn't know that. If you have another realtor that you're competing against and they don't have that, that would be something I would throw in there. By the way, did you know that realtor doesn't have a realtor designation? So you never know. It also gives you the time, your experience, how much time you've been in the industry. It's going to tell you price range, like your price point on the properties that you have sold, because it also shows like all the properties that you have sold in the last, I don't know how many years. Recommendations, it's going to show them on the profile. And again, you can put in a bio. You can create a bio of yourself and just copy that and put it on all the different websites. You don't have to create a different one for each one.
Lorna,
Mhm.
this is Wilhelmina. Can you go back to that page for a minute, please?
Yes.
Okay, down to the bottom where it says about Joshua, and it speaks about his experience and all that. What if you're new and you don't have enough information to dress it up like he did?
What if you don't have enough information?
Yes, like about your experience, your area of specialty, those different areas, as well as you see where he has this information about
Yes.
Joshua having sold over $1 billion in real estate. What if you're
Yeah,
new?
don't get intimidated by that. Remember, this is a show, and he probably also has professional people, but you know where I got my description from, my information? So we all have a like a website portal through the MLS. And even on if you ever created your a CMA on MLS, it'll give you like a description or a bio thing. I just kind of copied that and made it my own. You don't have to put the amount of sales that you did. Remember, on the side, it's going to show you a price range. You can, if you're new and that's what maybe you're intimidated by, that you haven't had a lot of experience, I would, that's why I asked also, why are you doing real estate? You know, maybe talk about that. You know, I'm in the real estate arena and I enjoy doing this to help people out and help them transition through the process of buying a home. I would Google other people's bios and see what they write and then kind of tweak it and make it your own.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get intimidated by this one. Again, this one was kind of like to give you the example, and obviously he has a show and all the other stuff. That could be intimidating too to some customers. So, you know, he's targeting a specific clientele. Think about your customers and what they want to see. I know for me, when I did real estate, I enjoyed working with a first-time home buyer, the you know, cute little family. So if I was gonna target them, I would look for something that would kind of, you know, hit them where it hurts. Get it? So think about that when you're doing the bio. What do you think your customer wants to see? I think, or how you want to present yourself. You know, maybe I didn't like working with investors. I did not like it. I did not like investors at all. It was
And
too cutthroat.
also to add with that, Wilhelmina, is that I'm piggybacking off Lorna, is that you also can use your team, your brokerage and the team and some of the things that's going on, and take your niche on why you love real estate and how you're good. You can also talk about some of your past experiences or some of your past employers where you worked on how it would benefit you in the real estate market. And again, definitely never be intimidated by it, because you have enough. If you're in real estate, I kind of hope you love what you're doing and you can say those things. And when people see that, they see you're genuine, then they'll come for you if that's your client.
Dr. Karen has been paying attention and taking good notes.
Yeah, I live with, I always have my pen when Lorna comes on, because everything so far that she said, that everybody that's on this line should literally take time out and do this right here, if you're going to be that A+ agent.
And I want to follow up with that, and thank you for bringing that up. Especially if you're a new realtor, when we talk about doing, what is that called? Customers are giving you like the no, how to objections. When you have objections and when you present yourself, you know, about real estate, that's the most intimidating thing for realtors who are new. You know, I don't know anything. I just got here. I haven't done a lot of transactions. What do I do? And exactly what Dr. Karen said, lean on your office. Dr. Karen has, I'm not going to put her out there, but many years of experience. And other people in your office as well. So I work with a very successful team of realtors, and we specialize in getting the best deal, the best transaction for you, or something like that. So you can lean on your office as well, because your broker's job is to help you, you know, navigate through some of these things and help you, you know, get the job done. So why not? Move along. Are we good? Okay. And you guys are so shy with your cameras. I should see everybody on these cameras next time we have a class. Thank you, Daryl, for showing up. I like that. So next website, like I said, Yelp. I know it sounds weird because you know, we think we only do reviews for restaurants here, but again, this is about your business. You guys are business owners. So you should be setting up a Yelp account. You can go to biz.yelp.com and you can set up your profile. And one of the good reasons for this, we're going to go into that next, is because of reviews. And you should be asking for reviews. So grow your business with Yelp. You can manage your free profile thing and put all your information, and they all pretty much work the same way. So once you set up your profile, you'll be able to do, have all the different features like other businesses have, and people can contact you directly from there. They can leave reviews for you. And then we go to reviews, which is great, which I am going to put this here. Please hold. Let me see, where's the comment? When we are done with this, and I'm doing this actually because of K1 Realty, so it's you guys' fault. So now you guys have to participate in this. You guys have to go to Facebook. And give me a review, okay? So yeah, so this is, I'm trying to practice what I preach, and also, again, the only way that I'm gonna help you guys out is if I do these things so I can explain them when I'm doing these classes. So I do have a profile thing. Yeah, I know Dr. Karen did her review, so thank you. So I do have a profile or business page for, I'm just a rep really right now. But I am, since I'm doing the teachings and stuff like that, I am asking people to kind of put reviews, just to make sure that people know that I'm doing this. And I guess, as a speaker, then maybe I know what I'm talking about a little bit. So yeah, if you guys don't mind, you can do that after the class. So why are reviews important? So we do reviews all the time. We go to restaurants, we go to places. I had a case once, we went on vacation, and we had booked our flights with, let me go back, with this travel company, and they left us stranded in another country overnight. They expected us to sleep over in this country in an airport overnight, because we had to wait for the next day. We got to the airport at 4. We had to wait for next day 9 a.m. to get a flight. And I got on my social media, and there was a flight that came in from Miami empty to get the people, not just my group, but all the other people from that flight back to Miami. And that was like within a couple hours. So the power of reviews or stuff online does work. And I believe it because of that, what happened that day. The people at the airport told us that that was something that particular travel company did often, that they left their passengers stranded. They would book them, tell them that they had a booking for that flight at that time. But in reality, they wanted them out of the resort, and they made them stay at the airport for the next morning. So that's my story for that. And I definitely encourage you guys to use reviews. And why do reviews matter? 88% of people trust online reviews as much as they trust personal recommendations from friends. Back in the days, we still do kind of, do you know a plumber? Do you know, somebody can help you with AC? You always go to the people that you trust to find somebody to come help you with something at the house or whatever you're looking for. So that has now become reviews. So one review nets an agent 71% of increase in profile views and 122 lifts in action. So it's always something that you guys should consider in your business. If you close a transaction and you feel that you did a good job, why not ask your customer to give you a review about it, about that, their experience with you, and if they would highly recommend you to somebody else. And I always think, ask them between 1 and 5, how did I do? And if I did a 5, would you be willing to give me a review? They're not going to tell you no to your face. And more than likely they will do it, especially if you do it at the right time. So you can see from the screenshot that you can actually sort the Google search by how many reviews someone has. You can do the same on realtor.com. So are you guys convinced yet that this is something you should consider? It is so important to be able to be on top of your reviews on Google so you can be sure you're listed at the top. Yes, you definitely want to be at the top. Here's a little case study for you. When judging a local business on reviews, what do you pay attention to? So your average star rating, obviously, quality of reviews, recency of reviews, length, detailed reviews. I have a call, like these are the two things that I want you guys to consider. I used to have another presentation slide. I don't have it on this one, but I had two examples of realtors. I had a young realtor. She had a profile picture. She had her whole profile set up. She had one review, 5 stars. And then you have another person, and it was, an older lady, um, no reviews, no description, no information whatsoever on there. Like she hadn't updated her profiles. So most people would pick the person that had the 5 star review, even though it was just one review, which was probably her cousin that she sold the house to. The other lady had many years of experience in real estate. She would get a lot of referrals. So in her mind, it's like, I don't need reviews, or I don't need to have a profile online because my customers send me business. But how many customers did she lose because she didn't have her profile updated or reviews? People assumed that she wasn't doing real estate. That's what they assumed online because they don't know her yet. So that's the impact that I want you to consider by you not having reviews and by you not having your profile updated online. That's the impression that people are going to get. They're either not doing business in real estate, they're not current, they're not up to date. Why would I use their services?
Lisa said, I just did my review. Lisa,
Oh, thank you.
Lisa, can you come off mute and answer the question? When you say, I just did my review, what does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, keep talking. Maybe she'll come
I just
off.
did my review for Lorna on her website.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. See, I didn't know. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So yeah. So was it easy to do? Let me ask.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so it goes straight to that. And remember what I said about keeping the names? That one's an old name that I've had because I had that page before from when I did real estate. I just switched it over to what I do now. So the name on the west is Lorna Reyes, Lorna Superstar Reyes. I know you all laughed when you saw it, but that was the point. Think about that when you're building your business page. And in order for you to have your name, you have to have a certain amount of people that like your page. So if you're not able to do it, it's because you probably don't have enough followers. So just for you guys to know.
How many followers do you need?
I think it's 100. I know for the most part in the inside and stuff like that, Instagram and Facebook, you need at least 100 followers to get some of the features.
Okay, and so you added that you were able to customize it with 100. Okay,
right.
All right.
Because when you first set it up, it's just gonna have a gibberish kind of name. But once you've reached the amount of followers, then it starts opening up other features that you can use, and that's one of them. You can set up whatever name you want on that page, but you have to have followers on the page for you to be able to do that.
So Lorna, let me ask you a question, because I used to, before they had where you could put reviews, and I think Facebook took it down. So I have like over 700 followers on mine. So I need to go back and check, because when I just did yours, I didn't realize they opened that back up, or like you say, maybe it's because even though I had always had a large follower on Facebook, but so you're saying that they can be able to do reviews now, or there's something I need to do, or update my account or something?
You should be able to. What might have happened is that they changed it around. You know, they're constantly changing it. Maybe you went to look for it where it was before and they just switched it around on you.
Yeah, because I had people used to put reviews on my Facebook, and then somewhere in there they took it down and they said, you know, it wasn't available anymore. And then I just did yours. I'm like, well, why am I? I actually need to go check.
Yeah, you probably need to go in and check, and maybe there's something that will switch out. But if you do have a business page, you shouldn't have an issue. You should be able to put reviews on it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All righty, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So remember, how do you get reviews? It doesn't hurt to ask pretty much your customers. Why not? They had a good experience. Just let them know that you know, part of your business is based on referrals, and this is the way that people can see that you have done a great job with your customers. And you can mention it. You can even go back to past clients. We're going to go through different ways that you guys can ask for the reviews. And again, I'm going to throw a lot of things at you guys. Don't get intimidated. Pick the one that works for you. And don't try to do everything at one time. The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So just pick one and work from that, and then you can move on to other things or other ways. And you can also ask for reviews from other real, which I think it's important. If you did transactions with your lenders, why not ask them for reviews? I'm sure you guys have dealt with one or two realtors that were very difficult, or they made the transaction very difficult. So why don't you stand out being one of those realtors that are easy to work with, that your clients are happy with, that your other customers or lenders or whoever else you're working with can say good things about you, and people see that. So keep that in mind. Don't just narrow yourself just customers. Reach out to other realtors and say, how was your experience working with me? Do you mind if you can give me a review, and if you want, I can provide a review for you as well, even if they're
Lorna,
bad, try to be nice.
Lorna, also one of the things that I've done is to, and the agents, I was going to share that to them at another time, is that get a survey. I got 8 or 9 questions so that they can give to their clients, and that's one way that they can get a review even while they're at the closing table. That's one of the things that I put together actually just in about 2 weeks, though I will share it with the agents, but that's one way in addition to all the other ways.
There's so many different ways. There's even like what's that called, those QR code things, those little squares. You can even do that and put it on a card and give it to them, and they can scan it with their phone and text them directly to a website to do the review. There's so many things that you can do. That one is not on my presentation, but again, if you search, try to find what works for you, or maybe you want to be creative, there's so many things that you can use. Today we're going to keep it a little simple, because again, I just want to get you kind of started and thinking about it and how you're going to do this. But the sky's the limit. There's so many things that you can do. You can incorporate in the way that you do business. You can put it on the thank you gift if you do like a little basket or something. You can also print them out, like I said, the QR codes or whatever, and hand them out to them. You have to figure out what works for you and how you're going to work it. So when is the best time to ask? I would say, okay, well, there's 3 different scenarios. You guys can tell me which one's the best. Immediately or soon after you have finished working together, a week after you finish working together, or 2 weeks after you finish working together. What do you guys think?
Immediately.
That's right. Very correct. Immediately, because especially if you're at the closing table, they are so happy, unless it's like not a good closing, but let's hope and assume that is a good. They're happy. Oh my God, I can't believe it. We bought a house. This is incredible. Like that to me is the best time. And they love you. They simply love you. Because things do happen sometimes after closing. I get calls later on. Oh my God, there was this issue. We didn't catch it. Blah 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 blah. It does happen. So the best time I would say is right when you guys completed your transaction and they're happy. So here's some review strategies. You should have a determined script. Like I said, you have to figure out how you're going to present it with a QR code, whether you have like a card or you want to just ask them right there. You have to choose a delivery method. You can also text them or email them. That's another way that you can do it. You should pick a platform. So I like, Lisa, I think you said that you got your reviews on Facebook. If you want to keep them all on Facebook, remember those top websites. I would pick one of those. You want your reviews on Yelp, on Google, on Facebook. Just pick one. And that's where you're going to want people to go and show that information. You should respond to reviews all the time. And we're going to talk about when you have a bad review. And if you didn't get a review right away, you should send a reminder if you need to. So these are the strategies, and we're going to go a little bit through them. So I will send this presentation to Dr. Karen, and this will be in there. So if you guys want to screenshot this or you want to wait for the presentation, that's fine. But these are some scripts that you can use when you're asking for a review. So I'll leave them there for a little while so you guys can kind of see some of the things that you guys can ask. And I mean, you guys saw what I asked you guys why I'm doing it. I'm doing it really, like I said, why not? I should get some reviews because, if I'm doing a good job. But also because I want to be able to practice what I preach when you guys are asking me questions. And someone in this class actually a couple of weeks ago asked me that, can we leave a review? So that's why I'm asking for them now. So we'll move past this now. Choose a delivery method. So there's different ways you can ask for the reviews. If you happen not to go to closing, you know, we have this COVID-19 now and closings are becoming a little bit interesting now. You can call your customer and ask them if they're willing to and tell them how. In my case, again, I have an easy website. So I'm go to facebook.com/Lorna Superstar Reyes and put in the review. And they can do that, or you can text them. You can email them. And again, you should have a script that you have available. Or you can do it by paper, by note a card or something like I suggested, a QR code. You can print out a bunch of cards and hand them out to them. So pick whichever one is best. And we're going to go through a couple examples. Here's an email example. It was a pleasure working with you, and I'm so glad you found my continuing education class beneficial. Obviously, this is geared for me. In your case, is different. Online reviews from our awesome clients like you help others to feel confident about choosing title resources of one of the underwriters and education providers. So as you can see, she put the Facebook, that's our company one. So we have people, this is for title agents because we primarily work with title agents. So Assure America will be our customer. So easy way for them to just click, go directly there and do the reviews. Picking a platform, like I said, you should know which one you guys want to use, which one you feel more comfortable with. And there's many of them. Again, I used to use Zillow, and I actually, what I did too, when they would leave me a real estate that did one in Facebook, I would copy that and ask them if it was okay if I could put it on another website. And I manually put them into Zillow, let's say. The way I did it is, I would put a review and put their email, but they had to verify that it was them. So I would let them know, I'm going to go ahead and put in Zillow that you gave me a review. Can you check for the email and verify that that's you? So again, that's just me that went a little creative with that because I wanted the reviews to be on both places. It's up to you if you want to do that. Because I would not want to ask the customer to go to this page, this page, this page. So Google. How do you request a review for Google? You can go into your page and go to write a review and just copy the URL on the top and you can email to them, you can text it to them. It's pretty simple. It's just sending them the link so they can go to your profile page in Google and put in the review. And again, you want to make it easy for them. You don't want to make it complicated. For Zillow, it's a few different ways to request a review. Zillow can also send a customer request, like you could just say request a review to the customer, and it'll send them the email. Or you can do the same thing, go into the request a review profile, copy the URL, send it to them. Or the one that told you that I cheated, I put the information in like I was a customer and just told them to verify that it was them. Some people think this is more personal, sending it from their own email instead of through Zillow. So I will be cautious with sending it from the website because it kind of looks like, you know, maybe they were hacked. So it's up to you if you want to have the same email that I showed you at the beginning, have a standard email that you use and just send them the link. Realtor.com, same thing. You have write a review and you also have recommend me. You know, on Facebook now you have recommendations. That also feeds into this. So again, if you're using Facebook, more than likely, if you've already linked your account, it's going to show up here. So something to keep, you know, trying to make things easy for you guys. So recommendations, friends, family, colleagues who are not necessarily tied to a specific listing, manual entry is available and a request can be sent via email or social network. So recommendations. Now the reviews, they're verified clients who are tied to a specific listing. So reviews are obviously from clients. They can rate you 1 to 5 stars in 5 different categories and leave a comment. Requests can be sent through your Realtor.com agent profile. So those are the features for Realtor.com. Facebook, we were talking about Facebook before. So you can do the recommendation or you can do the reviews. Send people to your business page, click on the review tab, click yes to write the recommendation. And Lisa did it, as I was wondering how difficult it was to just go in and do it, but it shouldn't be. And remember, you have recommendations and you have the reviews, 2 different things. Yelp. You can direct people to your Yelp business page by copying the URL and pasting it in an email, and then click write a review. Yelp doesn't necessarily likes to ask for reviews, so the best way to do this is to direct people to your business page and then tell them to do the review. So this is one of the most important parts, because you definitely want to acknowledge your customers and thank them. So responding to reviews shows that you value your customers and the feedback that they leave about your business. So I personally don't like to always do reviews. It's a pain in the butt. Who wants to do that? So always thank your customers if they took the time to do it. I think that's important. You want to respond to every review, good or bad. You want to thank them and add a personal touch. You should respond immediately or immediately as possible. And you should, again, thank the reviewer offline. So this is very important. And you can put something like, thank you for trusting me in choosing you to be your realtor. I always like, whenever I commented to the customers, you have so many different options. Thank you for choosing me to part of your transaction. So it's not like, kind of you're working for them, but you're kind of working together. Use, words like that, obviously, when you're thanking them, because again, they could have chose anybody else. They chose you. So responding to negative reviews. You have a question? Okay. So responding to negative reviews, very important. So let's take some steps to do that and talk about that. You want to give yourself to calm down before responding, obviously, because you don't want to get low lines to the Lorna. So we have to take a step back. You want to thank your reviewer, whether good or bad. You want to apologize and sympathize with whatever it is that they're commenting about. Be specific and lay out the facts when you're responding, and take responsibility for whatever it is that happened, and move the conversation offline. So I'm going to give you one example that I saw. I have two examples when it comes to negative reviews and why it's so important to respond. I was looking at a hotel, and so I was looking at the reviews, obviously, and I saw one that was like really bad. So I usually don't go to the good ones. I always go to the bad ones because I want to hear what the problem was. And one of the reviews was that the customer parked in a parking garage, and everything in the hotel was good because they pointed out hotel stay was great, the rooms are clean, blah, 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 blah. But they parked in the parking garage and their car got broken into. So they were very upset. All the stuff got robbed, bad experience. Their window got smashed. So the hotel replied back, and they obviously apologized. We're very sorry about what happened to you. Please note the garage was a municipal garage. It was not part of the hotel. They chose to park in the garage. But we are working with the authorities to make sure that, this doesn't happen to another customer again. Thank you for staying with us, blah, 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 blah. So it clarified, because my thought is like, oh my God, they got robbed. They parked there or whatever, and they have no security. And what if I was walking by myself? I'm a female and I was traveling by myself. And that wasn't the case. They were parked in a municipal parking garage. It had nothing to do with the hotel, but they gave the review to the hotel. The other negative one that happened to me, there's a local Cuban restaurant, like a burger Cuban restaurant near my house. So I was very excited because I hadn't had one of these burgers. And I of course, I went and looked at the reviews. It just opened. And there was some really news, but it was from the same person. And the owner replied back. And he even posted his phone number and asked the customer, if you decide to come back, we'd like for you to come back, and please call me and let me know when you're coming. I want to make sure that you have a good experience next time you come. The person, I think, might have been a competitor, because there was still like other stuff that he was posting, and I think it was just like a personal attack. It wasn't even about the bad review. But the owner, like I said, stepped up and he said, I'm sorry about the experience that you had, and I'll be more than happy to join you next time you attend like he was physically coming to the restaurant to meet this person to make sure that he could satisfy whatever he thought was wrong. So that shows that he cares about his business and what the customer thought. So those are my two review experiences. I did eat there. I love eating there. I go all the time. Okay, so responding to negative reviews. This is an example of a negative review. And as you can see, the way that it was responded to. In the example, you can see they apologize and were very sympathetic and wanting to make the situation right. And again, always remove the conversation. You don't want to do one of those Facebook's draft things. You want to just acknowledge it here and say, please contact me, or can you, and I'm going to reach out to you. Let me know what else I can do to make the experience better. And I think when you guys request the reviews, that's something that you should kind of talk about. You know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to show you the next in a couple next slides. So send reminders if needed. Giving 1 or 2 nudges, but no more than that, to non-respondents is perfectly acceptable. So asking 2 times several days after a party improves response rates by as much as 60%. So don't overdo it. I would do 2 more follow-ups. If they don't want to do it, then it's okay. So here's my other 2 tips for you. These are 2 services. I'm not going to do the videos, but you can definitely check them out. Gather Up and Bird Eye. You can't see the bird eye on the bottom, but Bird Eye. So Gather Up. Which one is it? Okay, so Gather Up is where you can request the reviews from your customers. You can text them, email them from this app, and it'll send them the message, and it'll give them the option to send a review to whatever platform you selected. So Bird Eye is if Google search, remember when we did the Google for your name, if your name pops up somewhere, and Gather Up got together and had a baby, it would be Bird Eye. So in Bird Eye, you can set up also, if there's any information about you online, if somebody posted your name that did a review, Bird Eye is going to notify you, hey, you have something online, check it out. And from Bird Eye, you can also go directly, like if it was on Facebook, it'll take you directly to that post where your information showed up, and you can respond directly from there. In Bird Eye also, when they request a review, if they give you a 5-star, it'll give them the option to place it in whatever platform you want. But if they give you less than a 5-star, it doesn't go anywhere. It comes back directly to you for you to respond to your customer, maybe ask, how can I have made this experience better? It's a great way to do great customer service and follow up with your customers. So those are my 2 tips for you today. They do charge for services. They're not free. But again, they're great tools that you guys can use if you decide to take the reviews to the next level. You don't have to for it if you don't need to right now, but if you decide in the future to do it, then those are 2 options that you can use. So let's go over additional tips and tricks. Be consistent with your messages and photos across the board. Like I said, you all should have a personal profile picture of yourself, professional. Complete every online profile that you can, because again, that's going to help, like Dr. Karen, your name, SEOs are going to pull up your name. You're going to show up in more websites and not Google, which is what you want. Remember, we don't want to be with the bodies in page 2 and 3 of Google search. So update profiles as necessary. You might need to update them every now and then. I had changed my name. I had to go through everything and change my name. I had to update my picture too, because age was starting to kick in, believe it or not. Add specific keywords to your bios. Remember, you want to use words that are going to help when people are doing searches so that your information will pop up. And never stop building your online presence. Whenever you start something new, I think we're in the middle of a new, I don't know how to say it, we had the market crash and we had to kind of learn how to do things differently. And this is another one of those times. So I think this is the perfect time for you guys to kind of stand out and do things differently. Social distancing experts, I can, try to think of other things, but I would say that this is a perfect time for you guys to rebrand yourselves, recreate yourselves. Why not? Find those things that customers are going to look for now in the market, and being that things are the way that they are, and use that. Use it on your profiles to identify yourselves so people can recognize you. Be consistent with your messages. Like I said, do it all across all your profiles. So whenever information comes up about you, it's always the same thing. And that is our class for today.
Here's something awesome. So here's a question that well, this is not a question. Some agents don't like to be on social media because they don't like people in their business. And one thing I heard, if you don't want people in your business, then don't put people in your business. And what you can do, because you should, if you are a real estate agent, you should really, really be online. And there's just no way around it, because like Lorna is shared with us today, people, we're known for going to google.com, checking out a restaurant, checking out a hotel, checking out locations, just checking out different things. And people don't think that we're exempt as a real estate agent. People are doing that. And so if you're going to put your business, what you should online, is that maybe you can put houses online, maybe you can put real estate tips, maybe you can put real estate information. We don't have to list when we close a house so people can count our money. But what we can do is just list information that, hey, I'm a real estate agent. That's all. Even if you just put your signature, but put something out there and come up with a game plan, because the reason that you're in it to help people, but you're in it to win in this business right here. And online is just the way people are going, because again, we're google.com. I'm a Google queen, and I think everybody else on the line is a Google queen or a king most times.
Yep. So to give you a better example of what you just said, and I want you guys to think about this and see if this makes sense. So let's say we're all invited to this party, right? So you connect with your neighbor invited you, and I'm there, Dr. Karen's there, other people are there, and you're meeting them. Obviously not going to tell them your personal secrets and send naked pictures of yourself, right? You're not. This is kind of what Facebook is. It's the same network. You're connecting with all these different people, or you're choosing not to by saying, I don't want people to be in my business. The same way you will behave at a party that you got invited to, because you network. You should be networking wherever you go, at the grocery store, when you're standing online, when you're shopping. You have all these opportunities to network. The same thing that you would not do in public is what you shouldn't do on Facebook. You're not going to walk up to somebody and start talking politics. You're not going to talk about religion. You're going to be cautious about what you're posting. It's the same thing. And that is the world that we live in. Before, it was about those connections, personal, kind of meeting people, going to places. That now changed into social media. And I know that Dr. Karen and I have had this discussion many times, that people are afraid of, I don't want people in my business. Yeah, can request me if you want. I have nothing to hide. You can see all about my boring orchids, or my kids, or my granddaughter, or my friends post, because I'm always posting something. Whatever I'm posting, that's the reality. I drink wine. Nothing that I feel that you guys don't need to know, because if I saw you at a restaurant, if I saw you somewhere, these are things that you would see from me. So that's what you guys should consider. Don't be afraid to use social media, because again, times have changed, and that really is what it is. If you don't want your family stuff, or your personal stuff that you really don't want to share with them, I create groups, and I have groups for my siblings. I have groups for my mom's side of the family. I have groups for all of them. And I only share, I only share specifically to those groups what I like. If I don't want to post pictures of my granddaughter for everyone on Facebook to see, I only post it on my groups with my family. So you can use Facebook to your advantage if you feel that maybe there's a little bit of things that you want to keep to yourself.
Right. And then the last thing in closing is that our next concern would be, I don't have time. This is your business, and we have to find time. Even if you say every Friday, I am going to take out 1 hour out of the week, just be consistent with that 1 hour, and then start working it, and eat the elephant again, one bite at a time. So if you don't post at all, and you say, I'm going to post once per month, be consistent with that once a month post, and then increase as you go along. But the key is, the hardest thing is that you have to start.
Yep.
So does anyone have any questions for Lorna? I thank you for the presentation. I got a bunch of notes, and I'll be waiting for you to send that PowerPoint presentation over, because I'm going to go back and go through everything. And if an agent has any questions or concerns and need that, or need some assistance, then I'm here, and I'll help you put whatever you need together.
Awesome. And if you guys are in the topics, we presented quite a few. We have presented this one in the past, but this one's always a good one to revisit. I think you guys should take the time now to kind of regroup, restructure yourself so that when things open up and we're able to get back to the new normal, whatever people say, then you guys are ready. So I'll be more than happy to do other topics. I just started working on another presentation for follow-ups, how to follow up with your customers, how to keep track, have a customer database. Just let her, Dr. Karen, know what topics or what you're struggling with, and maybe we can have the next class about that.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Daryl, this is recorded, so I am glad to see you all the way live. Thank you. Made my day. All right.
All right.
All right. So thanks again, Lorna. You all have a super day and make it a selling day because we are essential. Bye-bye.
Yes, we are.